We're not making music, we're making musicians.
I told you guys, this is gonna be rich. We're not making music, we're making musicians. I feel like the SUNO guy wrote these questions himself. I feel like he wrote these questions for him to ask. This is about AI music, by the way, guys.
People will ding us for building a tech company in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
That's not why they're dinging you. I think they're dinging you for, training your AI model off of copyrighted music without permission. This is like the most dishonest person I've ever seen.
It's not really enjoyable to make music now.
What the f, dude? I think he's just so wrong. I've never heard anybody be more wrong in my whole life. This is insane. Bro, this is the craziest video. We got one guy wearing these little tiny shorts with both his hands in his pants, and we got another guy in the mic like...
How do you think artists feel about SUNO?
Okay, now we're asking the real questions here.
OpenAI is amazing. They did every AI...
Oh, buddy. I think we found something here, guys. I think we found something great. This is how you know we found something great here, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know when the like ratio is bad, we got a good piece of content. New to the content, gotta say you've been killing it. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. All right. All right, let's go. I don't think we're gonna watch this whole thing. We're probably gonna skip through it a bit. It's an hour long. Let's see where this takes us.
A huge disservice because everybody thinks that just like empty text box is now the right.
So it's very interesting that the CEO of SUNO is playing this generic ass, most likely AI generated music in this video. You're not helping your case here, pal.
Interface, and it is for ChatGPT, and it is incorrect for basically everything else. At some point, I don't know if it's version 4 or version 5, there will be a last model release that is released as a model, and everything else is just product releases.
Ready?
People that are really into AI have no fucking taste. They have no fucking taste, and I will die on that hill. Now, I'm not talking about people who like make something with AI and then sample it and flip it or something, you know? I'm talking about people that are like genuinely like, I'm gonna sit down and prompt out some music today. I'm creative. This is the new type of music production.
Mikey, I am like the biggest fanboy of SUNO, and I have created like 25 songs in the last few days, so I'm...
What can I say, dude? What can I say?
so excited for this. Thank you for joining me.
So good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, I would love to just start with, for those that don't know what SUNO is, what is SUNO?
What is SUNO? What is SUNO? Okay, we're gonna skip over that. Well, actually, wait, this might actually be funny. This could actually be hilarious.
And what is SUNO?
Let's hear him out first. I think this might be really funny, because he might be like, it's the new way to be creative or some shit. I don't know, let's hear him out.
Not.
Yeah, SUNO is a way for...
Okay, first of all, sorry to pause so much, guys. It's great because we have one guy who's a complete hand talker. He's just constantly moving his hands. He's like, okay, this, that, there, this, there. And then we have another guy who's just like, okay, so... Like, maybe this guy doesn't even have fucking arms. Maybe he has no forearms. I don't know, but he's not a hand talker. This guy's the complete opposite of the other guy.
Everybody to experience all of the joys of music, meaning not just background listening to music, but losing yourself in the process of making music, of sharing music, of...
Losing yourself in the process of making music. Keep in mind, we're talking about typing up a prompt in order to make a song.
Editing music, of being a much more active participant in music. You know, I like to think we're not making music, we're making musicians.
I love that.
I told you guys, this is going to be rich. This is going to be rich with cringe here. We're not making music, we're making musicians. All right. This is gold.
It's like a tagline. But I actually spoke to Mignano before the show, and he was like, dude, you got to ask him about the origin, because it was an enterprise AI audio tool, and it wasn't what you see today. Can you talk to me about that pivot?
I think I wouldn't call it a pivot. You know, we always knew that audio was really far behind the world of text. You know, that's where we came from. Our backgrounds are all NLP. And we thought it would actually be a lot harder to do good generative stuff. And so we thought the first product would be more sense making. You know, try to scratch your head and think back to like GPT-2. No one was really...
Okay, I don't really give a shit. Skip ahead. Why should music resemble video games? What does that mean? What does that mean?
it is in text.
So if we think about like insight developments, you said to me before, music should more closely resemble a video game in the future. I thought this was a fascinating
I feel like it kind of already does. Making music in DAW is probably as close as we're going to get to like a video game as it should be, in my opinion.
analogy or comparison. Why should it resemble a video game?
The thing about video games is that
Well, the thing is simple. I like video games, basically, and that's kind of as far as I thought into it.
interactive, they're engaging, they're rich experiences, they're fun by yourself, they're more fun with your friends. And when I think about what music should be for me, it should be all of those things. And then, so in that sense, I want to make music more like a video game. Nobody half plays video games the same way people kind of put on music in the background and half pay attention to it.
Oh, no, I totally do, dude. My Marvel Rivals team is fucking pissed at me, dude. They're pissed for losing every fucking game.
And then the other way is, I think if you accomplish all those things and if you make music interactive and you make music
Honestly, Ableton is basically the Factorio of DAWs. All right.
engaging, people will pay for it like they pay for video games. And I'm sure I don't need to tell you that the video game industry is so much bigger than the music industry and most other industries.
This guy, bro, I can just see the dollar signs in this guy's eyes. This guy is just, like, his dollar signs in his eyes are actually bigger than Busy's dollar signs in his eyes. Like, you can just see him. They're right there. He's got green eyes.
People have no problem parting with their hard-earned money to experience those things. And to me, it's
Bro, the dude on the right looks like he's not even wearing fucking, like you guys were saying he's wearing shorts. It looks like he's not even wearing pants now. Like he's just like pantsless. Like he's like, oh, I'm talking to the creator of SUNO. I'm gonna get naked, man. I'm gonna go straight Winnie the Pooh.
and to me, it seems like just crazy that music should not be as engaging as Fortnite.
I agree with you. People will pay for it. I think I did the $300 option as fast as I could.
Thank you for your support.
By
Bro, this guy's a glaze factory.
the way, I tweeted this yesterday actually.
Got his thong on.
But I don't think in the future we will pay more for access to newer models. I think that is just a stage of the development cycle that we're in. In 5 years' time, we won't pay more for a better model. You'll just get the SUNO product.
I just imagine this guy on the right, like one day he tried to play the guitar, he played like one chord and he's like, this is too much work. Fast forward 15 years later and he's like, oh, wait, oh my God, I'm a musician all of a sudden. Play Beatles type song, make Beatles type song, but with saxophone. Oh, Mom, I'm making music finally. Mom, come check this out.
I agree with that very strongly. I'm not even sure you'll know what model there is. I think at some point, I don't know if it's version 4 or version 5, there will be a last model release that is released as a model. And everything else is just product releases because in the end, it's not today, but in the end, I think people aren't going to care what powered the thing. You're just going to care that the music made you feel a certain way.
See, that's kind of the problem with these sort of people. They just kind of don't care. They don't care about like what it takes to get there,
And there's going to be lots of things that go into that.
Can I ask, what powers SUNO?
You mean the model?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Training on uncopyrighted music without permission. That's what powers it, really.
It's a transformer model. We've not been shy about that. It's our competitive edge here has not been to innovate on the architecture and has been to innovate on the audio representation. So if you like, you can think it's not obvious how to tokenize audio. Yeah. But if you spend night and day doing that and basically take everything from the open source text community for how to make and scale models, that's a pretty good recipe.
So I do just want to go back into something you said there, which is we're not cheapening music, we're making it more valuable. With total respect as an economist, which I'm not, as a venture investor, I proclaim to be something else.
What, dude? That is so fucking delusional, dude. We're not cheapening music, we're making it more valuable. This is about AI music, by the way, guys. This is the creator of AI music, well, not AI music, but of SUNO, an AI generative platform saying that.
Not as a frequent job. When you...
Towards your next coffee, sun hot beverage smoking symbol.
Thank you, Dr. Andy. Appreciate that. I always think it's really funny when it reads out the emojis.
Increase supply, it reduces the price. You are making supply infinite relative.
Yeah. I can't believe the AI glazer is actually calling him out on this. He's like, hey, I want to admit you're right at every turn possible, but you're wrong. I'm sorry to say this. I'm going to have to put my pants back on.
practically. Does that not reduce the price?
I think it reduces the.
Bro, he probably doesn't even know how to fucking answer this. You're like, you told me you weren't gonna. You told me you weren't gonna call me out on anything. Well, what the fuck?
Average value of any given piece of content, but I think it greatly increases the value of music to society or to any given person.
How though? You're not. Let's what, dude?
And I think that's what we want, right? Like we want a bigger, more vibrant.
That's just fucking cap, dude. That's complete cap. Wait.
Supply, it reduces the price. You are making supply infinite.
Hold on.
Practically. Does that not reduce the price?
I think,
bro, this guy's such a bullshitter, dude. That's the most bullshit fucking thing I've ever heard.
it reduces the average value of any given piece of content, but I think it greatly increases the value of music to society or to any.
How would it possibly increase the value of music to society? Like, if anybody can go type a prompt and generate something like something else, how is that increasing the value to society? You can't. There's no way you can answer that question properly.
Given person, and I think that's what we want, right? Like we want a bigger, more vibrant music industry that has way more participants in it, that has way more engagement, and not this more precious thing where very few people have access to actually doing it.
Everybody has access to doing it. If you have a computer, you can even do it on your fucking phone. Almost everybody has a phone.
Do you guys not have phones?
Or a computer, and you can download a free DAW, or you can pirate a DAW. It's never been easier. You can also just use a fucking instrument. There's a million ways to go about it, bro.
To making it and the range of experiences that the average person has is kind of limited and therefore not valuable.
I want to start, before we really dive into the company, there were elements that we were talking about before where you were like, I'd like to touch on these. And they were not in my purview of like, okay, these are logical ones to go with. You said,
yeah, use spoons even, for fuck's sake. Yeah, you can just fucking bang it on a trash can.
I mean, quantum computing will be amazing, but you still should not do it. Why will it be amazing, but why shouldn't we do it?
I think the promises are incredible. There's a big part of me that wishes that we knew more things to do with these quantum computers, but I just see a rush of commercial dollars into the space.
Okay, I don't care about this. Skipping ahead. I mean, the quantum computing, that's just going to fucking lose everyone here. Why do physicists and economists excel in machine learning? Don't care. What defines a successful user in SUNO?
What is the metric for a successful user? Is it 3 songs created?
Bro, did he fucking... I feel like the SUNO guy wrote these questions himself. I feel like he wrote these questions for him to ask. Like, why would this guy here, a guy who uses SUNO, be asking what defines a successful user in SUNO? Bro, the SUNO CEO wrote these fucking questions.
1 song shared. How do you think about that?
There's a few things we look at there. I think the most salient one is actually just like, did you hit the paywall your first day? Because even if you didn't go through it for whatever reason, if you hit the paywall, you just enjoyed the last 10 or 12 minutes of your life. And I know I did something good there. And if you made one song and threw it away and never came back to it, we didn't wow you. You didn't have that magical experience.
I mean, they probably didn't even have to pay for this interview, dude. They probably did this willingly.
And we missed our mark. So I think that's like kind of the most important one. And it's fairly high, how the fraction of people that hit the paywall their first day.
This may be completely crappy.
That's concerning.
Feedback, but I found actually the numbers jarring because you price it annually.
Yeah.
It's like bigger numbers. And so like when you see $300, you're like, wow, it's a lot. But if you showed me like $29.99, I'd be like, fair enough.
We do want you to do an annual
This guy's intelligent.
subscription, though. In some sense, not the most deliberate decision, but we made a decision to start charging from day one, which is like a little bit against the traditional wisdom of Silicon Valley of just like,
Wow. Shocking. We made the decision to charge from day one with our business.
give the product away for free, scale.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying, but I'm just saying, like, that's not shocking.
Why did you?
And honestly,
Oh, because we want money. We want money. What do you think? We want fucking money. What?
we didn't want to be a novelty item. We wanted to be giving people something that they enjoyed enough to pay for. And so I remember, like, we when we launched this thing, it was a Discord bot. We started collecting, we always had this free tier, same free tier as it is today. And if you wanted to do more, you had to pay. And a surprising number of people subscribed in that first month. And it was a sign that, like, hey, this is a real thing. But even without the revenues, which are fantastic to have.
It's probably programmed to give you poor results unless you pay. I wouldn't doubt that. That's probably possible. I mean, I don't know. See, because the thing is, if it did that, then it wouldn't convince people to pay also. So I don't know. I don't know. That's possible, but I kind of doubt it, actually, when I think about it a little more.
And they offset a lot of GPU burn. Knowing what gets people to subscribe is such valuable data that I don't know like how we would do this without it.
What do you mean by that? But what did you learn from that value?
What was he writing?
So
I want to know what he was writing.
Imagine it were just only the free tier or everything were totally free. When you
it gives you poor results whether you pay or not. Ooh, got him.
Hit that paywall. Sorry, when you hit the end of your free tier, I don't know why. I don't know if you wanted to continue or didn't want to continue. I don't know how.
It's a hit run money grab. He knows they won't be around in 3 years. That's probably true. I mean, I think this AI shit's probably going to get regulated in the near future, in my opinion. I mean, because like what? They're going to be generating fucking videos of fucking Donald Trump sucking off fucking Putin. And like, you know what I mean? Like at a certain point, they're going to be like, okay, we got to do something about this. Okay, this is being used for like, this is causing problems with foreign adversaries.
To pick out the users that I want to interview that found this really valuable or not really valuable. Like I'm kind of lost in the desert a little bit. And if you have it and you can say, okay, these are the people who subscribe. These are the people who subscribed before they even hit the paywall. Let's go talk to them. Let's figure out like what was that magical moment they had. Or these were the people that hit the paywall and didn't subscribe. Let's go talk to them. Let's figure out why we didn't wow them. These are the, and sure, maybe we would be a little bit bigger, but we would also have, I think, a worse product if we hadn't had that data at our hands.
Can I ask you, you mentioned GPU burn there and revenue offsetting that. What percentage of your spend today is GPU burn? Off the top of your head.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing by far. Yeah, it's a few times payroll.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have a lot. We also have a big research. These technologies didn't exist when we started the company. And research is still a huge part of what we do.
How do you anticipate that changing moving forwards?
I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. How about AI startups and incumbents resolve conflicts? Ooh, are they gonna talk about like with the government? Okay, I'm interested.
Here.
You mentioned that it's very natural for AI companies, whether it's OpenAI or any of the others, to have lawsuits and be under the same pressures.
Really?
When you think about how that naturally gets resolved through new AI
wow, that's shocking.
players and traditional incumbents in any industry, so not specific to this lawsuit, how do you think that plays out? Is it just settlements with new AI companies bluntly using venture dollars to pay off large incumbents? Is it equity distributions to larger incumbents to feel like they have a part of the companies?
What the hell is that noise? There's like somebody breathing really hardly. Like, what the fuck is that? All right, who's gooning? Is there a third mic somewhere and somebody's gooning right now? This is fucked up. I don't like this.
Play out.
I don't know. There's like the traditional Silicon Valley
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg vibes. True.
mentality of like, screw you, existing industry. I will disrupt you. There's nothing that you can do about it. And then there's like the existing
Oh, he's bringing the hand out. He wasn't hand talking before, but he's starting to hand talk.
approach, which is like, I will sue you, until you go away. And like both of these are obviously wrong. People will ding us for building a tech company in Cambridge, Massachusetts, but like it's actually nice not to have that embedded Silicon Valley.
What? That's not why they're dinging you. I think they're dinging you for training your AI model off of copyrighted music without permission. I think that's why they're dinging you.
Mentality of like, screw you, existing industry, I'm going to disrupt you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Bro,
Every single person
this is like the most dishonest person I've ever seen. This is insane.
at SUNO has like an incredible,
What's up, Ewan?
deep love and respect for music, which culturally is amazing, but also
What? Wait, hold on a second. What do you say?
about it. Every single person at SUNO has like an incredible
Every single person at SUNO has a deep love and respect for music. So that's why we thought it must be, beautiful things must be destroyed is kind of what we were thinking.
deep love and respect for music, which culturally is amazing, but also just keeps people like out of that mentality and much more focused on building a bigger, brighter future, hopefully with the incumbents in the industry. And by the way, there are plenty of incumbents in the industry who do work with us.
How would you like the incumbents to have behaved who are suing you?
Talk to us first, probably.
And they don't.
Some did, some did.
What do you mean? You didn't talk to them before training copyrighted music? You didn't get permission is what I'm fucking saying. But So you're expecting them, okay, so you don't talk to them when you train the shit without permission, but you're expecting them to talk to you before bringing about a lawsuit?
On paper, I would say it just seems silly to throw a bunch of venture dollars at lawyers instead of sitting down and talking about how you could work together. You know, like deciding to sue first and then ask questions later seems to me to be inefficient. But what do I know?
Does it worry, like, as a founder, like, when you get a lawsuit, how do you respond?
Of course, I would obviously rather not get sued, right? Like, I think I would be bullshitting you.
I know some genuinely, plenty psychotic founders who are like, yeah, fuck you. Like, feed off the pain. This means I'm winning. Like, you notice me because you're suing me.
What the fuck, dude? All right.
I mean, there's certainly an element of that, but those
fuck you.
people, I think, are lying if they tell you, like, this is a good thing. You know, it's like, maybe it's a sign of a good thing, but it itself is not a good thing. If nothing else, it's going to cost money and time.
If they win, what happens?
If this lawsuit goes to trial,
I'm going to delete myself.
And we lose, it's obviously not good for us. The company
Well, no, really, it's a good thing for, like, what other answer would you have?
not dead, but it's obviously not good for us.
Well, basically, I'm sorry, John. It's basically not a good thing, is what I'm saying. We get sued and we lose. It's not a good thing.
I don't think that's likely. I would just be thinking about A, the game theory of what all players want here, and B, what is the best future of music for everyone? Even if you could make SUNO.
What the hell is this guy writing, dude? What is this guy fucking writing? He's taking fucking notes, dude. He's like, okay, the future of music. Okay.
Or SUNO-like companies or AI companies go away. Do you really want that?
Yes.
What if the music industry can be as big as the gaming industry? There's going to be a lot of happy people.
He hasn't proven that this is that this is growing the music industry. Is there any proof this is growing the music industry? Because I feel like you need to prove that first before, like, even going down the road of, like, this is a good thing because it's growing the music industry. You gotta prove that first.
When we think about the future of music then, how does that look? Because you have existing players today, your Spotify's most namely of the world.
Bro, this guy, he's talking with his hands too fucking much. It's bothering the shit out of me. You need to stop this. Every fucking sentence is just...
How does that look in your idea?
Casting fucking spells, yeah.
There's a few different ways. I'll tell you what I hope it is, which is that there are a lot more people participating and there are a lot more experiences on tap. And so what does that mean? That means we didn't just want to...
Also, like, how would it be grow? Let's break this down. How would this be growing the music industry? Is anybody using AI music currently? Is it going on the radio? Is anybody listening to AI music other than people, like, paying? Like, the only way it's growing the music industry is, like, for them. You know, they're making money off it. It's not helping the actual music industry itself. It's helping the AI music industry, the part where they make money off of it, but it's not helping the actual music industry, diluting the industry. Yeah, I mean, there's already, like, how many songs get uploaded, like, every minute on Spotify? Thousands? Hundreds of thousands? Too many, basically, already.
Build, let's say, a company that makes the current crop of creators 10% faster or makes it 10% easier to make music. If you want to impact the way 1 billion people experience music, you have to build something for 1 billion people. And so that is first and foremost giving everybody...
Bro, imagine generating AI music and then fucking putting it on vinyl. Oh, God. That's the biggest joke ever. That's probably the best joke I'm going to tell today.
The joys of creating music. And this is a huge departure from how it is now. It's not really enjoyable to make music now. People enjoy...
Why did you say that?
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. You need to get
There's no way somebody has done that yet, but somebody should do that just for the lulz.
really good at an instrument or really good at a piece of production software. I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend.
I do. I enjoy the time I spend in my DAW. What? Speak for yourself, bro. I know some people are going to be like, no, I don't enjoy my time in FL Studio. I actually hate FL Studio. But I mean, like, if we're being serious here, like, I think we kind of enjoy it. Otherwise, like, we're just wasting our time. I mean, we're not doing it for money.
Making music.
Do you not...
Yeah, he said it's not enjoyable to make music.
This is a huge departure from how it is now. It's not really enjoyable to make
This dude said, fuck the process. That shit's gay.
music now. People enjoy
Why did you say
SUNO.
that?
it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. You need to get really good at an instrument or really good at a piece of production.
It's almost like that in itself is rewarding, and that's the reason why people do it.
Software. I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making.
What the fuck, dude? I think he's fucking just so wrong. I've never heard anybody be more wrong in my whole life. Like, I think he's talking about himself, you know? This is him projecting. He's talking about his experience with making music, and he feels like everybody else is that way because that's how he feels.
Music.
Do you not think that's like running?
Like, imagine like the person, like, think about this. The guy in charge of SUNO, like, I think one of the biggest AI platform, AI music platform, or one of the biggest, thinks that people do not enjoy making music. Like, how fucking disconnected from reality is he?
It is hard to run. It is painful to run. You don't particularly enjoy it, but you love running. And you get good at it, and you get better at it. And
he's like, no, actually, I love running. Imagine that guy's like, yeah, no, actually, I love running. But it's totally different, though. Like, running is, like, not, like, as creative as music is. Like, even by a long shot. Like,
to the runners, and they love running.
Most people drop out of that pursuit because it was hard. And so I think that the people that you know that run, this is a highly biased selection of the population that fell in love with it.
I'm jumping back and forth, but, you know, we talked about kind of the training, and you said training on copyrighted music. At what point can you train on SUNO music? Because you have such a...
Like, imagine who the fuck is breathing right now? Bro, somebody is gooning into the goddamn mic, and it's pissing me off, dude. I just hear, like... Dude, they're breathing, like, hard, too. Like, can you imagine, like, I'm like, yeah, I skateboard all the fucking time, but I don't really love the process of it. I don't like coming up with trick ideas or like a way to like skate that creatively. I hate it, dude. I just wish there was a way to do it faster, you know? I wish there was a way I could just make it quicker, you know? Maybe if I could play like a video game or something and actually not actually experience it, that would be great.
Library now. When can AI train on AI?
Huge open question.
Bro, imagine AI starts training. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much, but imagine AI starts training on AI. Like, it's just going to be it's just going to be stuck in a loop, essentially, right? Like, it's not going to be doing anything new then. That'd be good, actually.
Or how do you do this in a way that doesn't impart just massive bias into models? You know, we work on it a little bit. I think the bigger players are hitting data walls and are more actively working on it. And like everything else, it's really nice to have the big players solve a lot of thorny problems for you, and you can kind of focus on your competitive advantage. So I'm hoping somebody solves that problem, and it's not us.
This guy's a fucking puppet. There's a guy above him controlling his arm. That's pretty good.
When we spoke before, you said that it's not good to have two worlds.
Dude, he's a fucking puppet, dude. That's so funny.
Like AI music and like normal music. So what does that look like? And what does that look like from a customer experience? I said to you before, like, why isn't Spotify just blended into the app and then you have both in one home?
Yeah, I think it would just, from a customer perspective, at the very least, it would just be a bummer if I had to go to two different places. You know, I don't know.
I hate this guy so much. Oh, it's such a bummer, dude. I have to fucking, I gotta open my fridge. I have to turn on the stove, dude. Like, I wish there was a way I could just open up my fridge and turn on the stove at the same time, you know? I wish I could just cook some stuff right in my fridge, really, is what I'm saying.
If there's any content.
You know, it would just be way more efficient.
You use Spotify. I don't know if there's any content that you know about that doesn't exist on Spotify that you're looking for, but it's a huge pain in the butt to go to another app to go find it. So
There's some audiobooks which aren't there yet. I just go, fuck it, I'll wait till they're there.
Wow, okay. So that just shows you that there is a lot of friction. And if there were two worlds of music, I think that would be friction for the average consumer. But I actually hope it's much more than just consumption. I hope that like there shouldn't be like a set of fun experiences around making and sharing music, and that is somehow disjoint from all of the other music that you listen to at a party, while you work out, while you're in your car commuting, whatever it is. Like, I think together these things are much bigger than if you just separate them.
I totally agree with that separation and the friction that comes with that chasm. But then that means you either need to move into Spotify or Spotify need to move into you.
Yeah, or both, or neither. You know, I think there's lots of different worlds that are possible here.
He's like, yeah, I don't really use Spotify anymore. I just I have like a playlist on SUNO I exclusively use. I only listen to SUNO music, to be honest, is what I'm saying.
And I think time will tell which of these things is correct.
How do you think artists feel about SUNO?
Okay, now we're asking the real questions here.
Oh, that's a great question. I will tell you that obviously
They love it.
well, actually, yes. So, it's a biased sample of artists that I speak to, but the vast, vast majority of artists that I speak to, behind closed doors, admit that they use and love SUNO. And there's only, a couple.
I mean, I understand sampling it or something. Timbaland loves SUNO. Yeah, it's because Timbaland is creatively bankrupt and a scammer. Of course he loves SUNO.
That I've ever met that are not so into it. And this makes me extremely optimistic about the future.
Is there a way to create personalized models for different creators?
Only listen to SUNO music for 30 days. Anytime I make a video about AI music, it does not perform well. So that sounds like complete torture. So I'm going to torture myself for 30 days and then post a video that doesn't do well. Honestly, I don't even know what to say to that.
And what I mean by that is that Ariana Grande comes to you and says, hey.
Sorry to pause again. I don't understand, I'm being genuine, why these AI bros are so horny to remove humanity from creative elements. What benefit to society is this crap? So the best way I've heard it put before is that basically these are uncreative people who get to feel like they're being creative for the first time in their lives. And then to them, it's like an amazing world that they've never delved into before.
I want to do a deal with you where I give you exclusive access to my content.
Gotta go, I hate
I'm
this.
Able to train on my content.
Don't worry, I think we're almost done with this.
But
so come back in a little bit.
Have full control, but unlimited supply of future Ariana Grande songs in seconds.
The answer is yes.
What the fuck, dude? Hold on. This is really good content here.
And I can leverage my brand, but effectively have full control, but unlimited supply of future Ariana Grande songs in seconds.
I genuinely don't even know what to say to that, dude. He wants to leverage his brand and then have access to unlimited Ariana Grande. How do they not know what they're doing is wrong? Just that sentence right there is fucking batshit insane. What? Hold on, I gotta play that again. That was fucking insane.
The future.
Is there a way to create personalized models for different creators? And what I mean by that is that Ariana Grande comes to you.
So basically, can I just plagiarize Ariana Grande over and over and over and over and over and over, right? That's fine, right? Why can't I do that?
And says, hey, I want to do a deal with you where I give you exclusive access to my content. Then I'm able to train on my content.
Who is fucking breathing it? Is it this guy? He's breathing hard as hell, dude.
And I can leverage my brand, but effectively have...
How? Okay, hold on. How are you leveraging your brand by using someone else's fucking music? That's not leveraging your brand. That's making your brand off somebody else's shit.
Full control, but unlimited supply of future Ariana Grande songs in seconds.
The answer is yes, and I would love to do that. I confess, depending on what her contracts look like, she might not even be allowed to do that, which would be kind of crazy.
Why would you not be able to?
She doesn't own all of her music. But she owns her name and likeness. And so I think...
She doesn't own all of her music, but guess what? I do. When I press this little button right here.
That I would love to get to a world where she can have models that make Ariana Grande songs. You've noticed in our product, you can't make Ariana Grande songs. If you
peak creativity right here, peak creativity.
Put her name in, we're going to wave our finger at you and you're going to say, that's not what the future of music is. That's not original music. SUNO is for original music. It's not for impersonating people. But if she uses it, it's not impersonating, right? And so this is an immensely powerful tool for her to make music, for people writing songs for her to hear it how she would do it. Or maybe even...
Dude, imagine being so creatively bankrupt that you have to fucking put a model. You train a model of yourself to see how you would write a song based on your past songs. You basically would never be creative ever again.
She's forward-leaning enough to want to give this over to her superfans. And her superfans can make what I can only describe as the equivalent of fan fiction if she wants that. And that would be an immensely engaging activity. In my mind, way more valuable and way more engaging
fan fiction
than having an AMA with her, if you're a huge fan.
I wish this guy would quit the business. This guy too, actually. Fuck it. Toss the puppet in there too.
If I listen to, I love Dean Lewis, this kind of male guitarist who sings sad songs. Clearly I need a therapist. But I click go to radio on Spotify and I hear other songs like his. He does not get paid for other songs like his. What is the difference between me going to SUNO and saying, give me some songs like Dean Lewis, but actually focused on an Australian man and a Australian woman, sadly sung with guitars?
What?
and he gets a cut for that because Dean Lewis is in the prompt.
Yeah, dude, you should need a license in order to get a podcast mic.
Right now, you can't do that. I would love to see a future where you can, with him opting in to that as an example.
How does that completely change what you can do?
The thing that people don't realize is that right now, we've made something where people enjoy making music so much they are paying to create the music. This has nothing to do with listening. And I think that a big part of the future of music is rethinking a lot of these business models where right now it's set up in this kind of capped stream share. The stream share is a certain size and everybody is kind of fighting over it, and artists don't make a ton of money from that. And there are hopefully new business models that you can figure out that are much more tied to the enjoyment that people get, that are way more tied to artists if people want to actually, be interacting with the artists themselves. Like,
what are some of those business models then?
Imagine you found some creator that you really love, who is a teenager in Saskatchewan, and you just love this guy's music, and you could have a Patreon thing where you can pay him directly. You could have your own kind of fork of his model if he were cool with that and you were cool with that, and you're paying him for that, and now you're making songs that are, your riffs on what he does. I think, let me give you an example. We had this remix contest with Timbaland, and a tremendous number of people,
Of course,
submitted remix songs. And to me, getting to remix the music of your musical idol is like
looking for a teenager in Canada is a red flag. Yeah. When he said that, I was kind of like, my eyebrows definitely went up a little bit. I was like,
the ultimate form of engagement with them. It is so much cooler than, like, honestly, even meeting them backstage after a concert, right? Like, the old model
Yeah, this guy definitely should quit the business. I agree, Tony. Like, unironically.
of stream share does not properly account for an interaction like that.
Talk to me about that partnership. Timbaland is obviously a huge industry figure. Like, how does that even come about?
If you talk to anyone in the business, they will tell you, like, he is the cutting edge of technology and music and has always been. He was a fan of the product actually before.
He's definitely the cutting edge of scamming too. Like he's always on like the peak. Like he's like forward thinking when it comes to scams.
We met him, which is amazing. And I think you can't fake this stuff. You really can't, right? And so it's really an amazing partnership for a variety of reasons.
Money.
We learn a ton working with him. We do a lot of product development with him. So he has access to stuff before anyone else does. The next thing is that
That's a little concerning.
obviously this provides some amount of recognition for us.
Do you think it legitimizes the traditional music industry?
Yes, I do. But I think that the real thing that this does is that you have someone who has made it, who does not need to do this, publicly saying, yeah, I use SUNO and it's awesome. This kind of gives cover.
Yeah, but have you seen him make a beat recently? You know what would have been really funny in that rhythm roulette would be if he's like, yeah, hold on, I'll make a beat really quickly. Okay, now we just wait. All right, I made my beat, guys. Here you go.
To up-and-comers to be more open and vocal about using it.
Can I be blunt? Do you like pay him for that partnership? Like,
No, we don't pay him in cash.
okay, so they get like equity.
We don't pay him in cash. The fuck does what? Interesting wording there, I will say.
He's an advisor to the company.
No, fantastic.
We don't pay him. Okay, so he has fucking like equity, right?
Calm, I think, did this very well. I don't know if you know Calm, the meditation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, did it phenomenally well and with some incredible people. Would you like to do more of these
Bro, imagine they're actually paying him in fucking SUNO credits. That would be the most crackhead shit ever.
partnerships? And when you think forward about the go forward, like distribution and legitimacy, but do you think that's important?
Totally. I think we always want to do this. We always wanted to do this and continue to want to do this with players in the existing industry. Timbaland wasn't the first, and he certainly won't be the last. A lot of pop music has gotten boring.
Why is
Damn, this is edited as hell.
pop music got boring?
Oh boy, we could talk about this for hours. I think songs have gotten shorter, yes, but also much more homogenous in melodies, harmonies.
So we're gonna fix that by training music, by training our algorithms off of all the music that exists already, that's going to fix the homogeny.
Song structures and music innovates very much sonically. Like they're really interesting sounds and they all fit into the same song structure. And this is a product of the technology that people use to make music, digital production. This is a product of streaming. This is a product of platforms like TikTok. It's everything. And
I think what we've seen with like Olivia Rodrigo is we're seeing people now change the structure of songs to align to the algorithms of social channels.
100%.
Right, these people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
How do you think about that?
Olivia Rodrigo, she's on the cutting edge when it comes to changing arrangements.
Is that sad?
Sad? I don't, I think it's not obvious.
Like, dude, these people are probably so fucking clueless. They think Ariana Grande and Olivia Rodrigo are the actual producers as well as the fucking artists as well as the engineer.
Good or bad. It just is. Those algorithms have spread that music to way more people than otherwise would have.
You said the word there, discovery. You said about making more music.
What a fucking hard cut.
How do you think about the future of music discovery when there is an infinite supply of music?
In some sense, it gets harder. In some sense, it gets easier. People don't realize the extent to which discovery is already extremely algorithmic now, and that you are not always being fed as much of the long tail as maybe you want, or maybe it is exactly what you want. So,
what do people think about music discovery that they get wrong?
I think people don't realize.
Yes, tell me. We know you're an expert on this.
The extent to which the music that is popular is a product of recommendation algorithms. You should ask somebody at Spotify or at TikTok and not me. I think that they probably reverse the causality. Things break on TikTok and then they become famous on Spotify, but that is a function of both algorithms and people pushing music, and not necessarily only a function of the quality of the music.
How do you think about the battle between Spotify and TikTok for music discovery?
I think they're both really important bits of that ecosystem.
I think that was the first thing he said I agreed with this entire time so far. We've watched, well, it hasn't been a full 34 minutes. We're 34 minutes in right now.
But like, I think TikTok win on the short form video discovery, and I think that Spotify win on the algorithmic Discover Weekly playlist, which is much less visual and much more traditional.
What the fuck is this guy talking about right now?
List-based recommendation engine.
I think that's right, but a lot of what becomes popular is also found on TikTok first.
How do you think about YouTube versus Spotify? Because that's the other big battle. There's like long form video and the short form video battle, and Spotify are trying to take on both at the same time.
Look, I think in some sense, I hope that Spotify wins that, because it would mean that people are finding music more engaging. Like YouTube is more engaging than Spotify as measured by the amount of the ARPU for ads, for example. Right?
Why do you think that is?
Video is engaging. There's a ton of background listening to music, which on its face is not bad.
Why?
I'm not
why?
Anti-background
But
listening
why?
to music. But
The stream has been torture. Yeah, I think we're almost done with this here. Okay, we'll just see if there's anything else interesting here.
What with SUNO did you not do that you wish you'd done?
a very obvious one for me is actually getting off of Discord.
What? Excuse me? Yeah, basically, I ended up with some furry LARPers. I've just been in a few like serious goon sessions on Discord. I just wish I never got on Discord. I can't really stop.
So we released our first product in.
Oh, he's talking about, okay, it was a bot on Discord at first. Okay. The whole getting off of Discord thing was kind of weird.
August of last year. And in November, we put up a very thin web app. And I got this totally wrong. I said, we're going to be on Discord forever. I look at Midjourney. They're printing money. It's just a Discord bot. And now it's not, but at the time it was. And I did not appreciate just how much a good UI will totally change the experience for people. Discord is not the best UI for what it is that we do. It's better for Midjourney than
it's a fucking bot. I mean,
than it is for music, but like so much more is possible.
Okay, we'll skip ahead. Let's see. Don't care about UI. How important are prompt guides for AI? Don't give a shit. Scaling revenue beyond other generative AI models. Don't care. Should we embrace or fear rapid change? Okay, maybe that.
I feel quite...
Well, of course they're going to embrace this. I mean, that's just... they're going to tell us to embrace it too.
Unnerved today. And I feel quite unnerved today, like in this time.
Bro,
I've never known the world
are you guys seeing this? What the fuck? What the actual fuck, dude? This guy should not be allowed to wear shorts, especially short shorts. This guy should not. Can we AI generate pants onto this guy, for the love of God?
In such a state of flux. I mean, obviously there's global conflict and everything in between.
Bro, I think we know who's breathing now.
Elections just changing kind of the structure of countries so quickly. But also just like, I really cannot predict the future of labor, the future of content creation, the future of content distribution.
What the fuck, dude? This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
Information, everything is up for grabs. And you can say what you want.
Try to cover it up here. Jesus Christ, dude. Here. Got a hat here. I'll cover him up next time.
Way. Like, you know, we've been creating music since, you know, before time. And SUNO is...
Bro, this is the craziest video. We got one guy wearing these little tiny shorts with both his hands in his pants, and we got another guy in the mic like... Oh, dude. I mean, I know some people are like, okay, this is rage bait, but this is fucking hilarious also at the same time. Some parts of this are fucking hilarious. Well, the guy's like...
is able to do that in seconds beautifully. Amazing. I just feel uneasy that there is so much change.
Oh my God.
What would you say to me? Be excited? Be nervous? How do you feel?
I feel very optimistic, but let me say it like this. I assume you're talking specifically about music.
Let me say it like this. Take your hands out of your pants, pal, okay? I'm not into you.
Yeah.
I think some of this applies outside of music, but I think to whatever extent there are two sides of this thing. There's like the old industry and then, you know, there are the disruptors. And both sides will end up, there's one thing that both sides will agree on. And
ready to cover them up.
Sides will say, well, we know it's coming. We know it's inevitable, meaning AI. You know, and I think people in the existing industry will say, like, we know it's coming. And they say this, I think, because...
Okay, yeah, I don't give a shit. All right, let's move on. The balance, when to start and when to stop? What are we talking about here, guys?
You said the word art there before we do a quick fire. I can't believe I'm quoting Ben Affleck. But he said, I'm sure you maybe saw this in a panel. He said, art is, I'm bastardizing it, knowing what to do. Craft is knowing when to stop.
Bro, I think I prefer when you were talking with your hands, man. This is crazy.
What do you think about that?
It almost reminds me of the, like, what was Hemingway said?
Okay, I don't give a shit, dude. I don't care about these stupid fucking quotes. All right, we're just gonna nuke it for good measure there, just cause. All right. What the